Good morning everybody on the world of YouTube. It's Dan from Mason Productions, and boom, you can't see anything behind me. Let me just boom. So we are today going to do a bit of a different video. I've got a chest mount for my phone, and we're basically going to be doing a sort of a walk along. I've got my camera in my bag and get some photos of some trees and some things like that. So come along with me, join me, let's have a good time. I'm not quite sure how this will look. I'm holding it at the minute. I think it'll be better once I get an action camera. I'm currently using a bit that has like my phone on it, and it's a bit weighty, so I think I might need to tighten it up. But basically we're just going to walk through the woodland area on the land to see if there's anything sort of I'm going to go around the reservoir bit, but here we go. Sarah's just going to be up here. Should have put some more sensible footwear on. My feet are getting quite wet. I don't really have an objective for today. It's just sort of get out, use the camera, because I've not been out for so long. Oh god, these are a lot of stinging nails. Haven't been out for so long, so I just want to get using the camera again. Really, just it'd be nice to get some nice little. I've been watching some wildlife photographers and landscape photographers on YouTube, and I've really been getting into it. That's obviously not my main part of my business, but I just want to sort of, in my own time, this is what interests me the most, is coming out into the wildlife and walking. Like, I've set my watch off walking, and just getting quirky little photos. So the gear that I've got with me today is I've got my Canon 200D, what is my trusted everyday camera. The 2000D is used as my backup camera. We're just going to go through a little trail here. So let me just get through. So I'm using the 200D today. It's just beautiful. So I'm using the 200D today, and with the 200 I've actually got all of my lenses with me. I didn't want to limit myself today. I didn't want to set any challenges. I just wanted to come out and take some photos. So I didn't want to have to limit myself to, I'm only going to take photos with the 50mm, or I'm only going to take photos at this focal range. So I've actually got all of my lenses, and there will be a more in-depth video about that. But basically I've got my kit lens and the 18-55. I've got the 70-300. I've got the 50mm and a 17-85 or 75 at my disposal today. Now I've got a bit of a composition here that I have been thinking about for a long time, but I think I'm going to do it from the other side. So there's these two trees here by themselves that I quite like the look of. However, I don't like the background of the shot because you've got all the other trees in it. Now, because they're lone trees, you can get quite a nice crisp picture, and this is what will be behind them. It's a field with not a lot going on. So I'm going to try here is the word. I'm going to try and get this one here. I'm going to try and get that one by itself. See, the issue with the trees is due to the sun, I think. I'll stop here. The side that I'd be going on would be this side. Doesn't have any branches, which is a little bit annoying. But maybe if we swing around, see, it's just the background of these photos. They're either going to have the farming sheds or the house behind. So I think we're going to give these a miss and we'll carry on our walk. So just from walking around on the field a bit further, the two trees that I was going on about earlier, these two here, from this angle here, I actually get a very nice angle. I get a lovely angle, but I think I'm gonna have to use a 70-300mm lens. So I'm gonna talk you through what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set you up on the tripod, and I'm gonna go for a sideways zoom on with the 70-300. So I've got my 70-300mm on the 200D. So let me get the photo and let me tell you what I am going with here. A little bit, but basically I'm trying to do everything in manual. I don't want to use the auto ISO or anything like that. So we had the ISO set to 100. I'm not sure if that's, I know that ISO, the brighter it is, the thing. So I did it at a ISO 100, shutter speed 1/1000. So yeah, but the pictures have come out quite crisp. I'm quite happy about that. And they've come out exactly how I wanted them to come out, with the background blurred and the tree completely in it. The photos there have turned out absolutely well from the preview, exactly how I wanted them to turn out. Obviously I don't know until I get on the computer, but absolutely happy with how that turned out just there. I'm still learning, even though that I'm a professional photographer with a business and stuff, I'm always learning to do things different ways, because the thing is, if you do your ISOs at auto ISO, sometimes it sticks the ISO right up so you can have your shutter speeds quite low, and I'm still learning. We'll get there. It's actually a very bright day for being in towards the end of September. So we've walked around, we've made it to the reservoir, and I might just focus in on some of the foliage that's on the ground and really try focus into the sort of dying last weeds of summer. So like we've got these here, I might get right in on the pods. We might get right on the pods on them. Right, I've got the 70-300mm on the 200D. This time I'm going to try to do it through the. You're not going to be able to see that. Right. So I'll talk you through what I'm doing here. I'm actually going to. I'll do it through the viewfinder, through the thingy-bob, and we're going to stick it on autofocus. And we're too hot here. Here we go. So we're actually gonna stick this on the macro, and I might have to actually manually focus this time. So what I've got here, I've gone for an ISO of 100, and we're going for 1.160. Wait for that wind to blow over. And we've got it zoomed right in. I'm not sure if this actually is going to be the best shot, having it all the way in. Actually, I'm thinking having this shot called The Last of Summer. 1/100, we've got 320 shutter speed, ISO 100. We're actually going to go for that 400 shutter speed. We're going to zoom in ever so slightly, just so that we get the one. We're going to make sure that we're in focus. not sure we are in focus on that there. Boom. So that there is sort of what I was going for. We've got, just to talk you through it here, we've got this this singular pine here in focus with the backdrop of the water. And I'm going to call it like the last of summer, I think, because it's turning into autumn, things are dying off. And things are dying off. I think that's the best I can describe it. So I'm going to put this back in the camera bag, and we're actually going to make a U-turn on ourselves, and we're actually going to walk up a track going back towards that way. So we'll head that way and we'll have a bit of a discussion. Now, I thought I'd come this way because I didn't know what was going to be waiting for me at the reservoir, and if there was anything else that we might be able to take photos of. In the direction that we're going, there's one particular tree that is completely by itself. What is exactly what we're going for today? These fields got sprayed with horse manure, and they're not smelling great. Photos that we've got today already, the two that we've got, I'm really happy with, or happy with as I can be so far. But we're on the hunt now for something that's just going to catch my eye. That's a bit different, and I think I actually may have found something on the floor there that may have just done that. There is mushrooms on the floor, but I don't like that there's all of this dead straw, and because it's wet it looks like it's matted together. So I'm going to give it a pass on that one. Sheep, they're looking at me thinking, what the fuck is this guy doing here? Hey sheep, hey sheep. I'm actually thinking with this photo here, I can get the tree exactly how I want it on a wider scale. So I think I'm going to set up here real quick and just snap away, see what I can get, have a couple of goes, and then get a bit closer and have a different go. But we might even try the 50 mil at a bit of a closer range. So I've actually got the 50 mil on this. I just wanted to see what it was like at a more of a human natural perspective here. So I'm going to fiddle around with the focal, with the aperture as well, having it open and closed, getting that blur, getting that sharpness. But yeah, so the tree that we're going for is this tree here. It looks very small and dainty on this screen, but it looks beautiful where I am. So I'm just gonna fiddle about. So we actually had a bit of a play there, and unfortunately with the far away, it sort of blurs in with the background of the other trees. So I'm just going to swap and actually go for the 17 to 85mm, because that might not be as much as we need. So let's just swap that over and we'll get going. So we've got the 17 to 85mm on, and we're gonna probably go around for the 65-ish zooms, and we'll see what we can get from here. So unfortunately there with the 17 to 85mm there was a communication error with the lens, so I think the connectors are a bit dirty, but I don't want to do it while I'm out in the field. So I've just gone over to the 70 to 300, but I've actually gone to roughly about 85mm, which is what I was looking at, and it looked brilliant for that. So I'm just going to set up here, I'm going to go for that, and just going to see how we go. We're going to keep the 70 to 300 on, but we're just going to move further down the track, and we're going to see if we can get maybe a bit of a different angle. But I've got a couple of shots. I'm just a bit disappointed that the 17 to 85mm communication errored, but that's what happens sometimes. But no, we'll get moving further down the track. So after walking about, there wasn't actually a better angle of that tree, and there was actually nothing else around me that I particularly wanted to shoot. So I walked home, and I'm now back in the office. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Please let us know how you liked it. Please keep on giving us all the support. It really means a lot to us when we get all the support. So thank you very much for being Dan from Mason Productions, and we'll catch you in the next one.